Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to dedicate another video to seeds. I love seeds. I love starting plants from seed. I like to say plants because it's flowers mostly, then vegetables, and last comes herbs and even some fruit. And so today what I wanted to do is show you my favorite seeds, and they are no particular brand. I did a series of 3 videos where I featured the Dollar Tree seeds, and I wanted to also show you my favorite seeds that are tried and true. I grow them every year, and I use the method of winter sowing and starting seeds indoors. And these have become some of my all-time favorites, and so I wanted to share them with you, share what they look like in my garden, and so maybe you could add those to your list of what you're growing this year. And then I am going to share with you some seeds that I am trying for the first time this year. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first seed that I want to share with you is going to be, let me get my seeds together here. These are in no particular order. One of my most favorites is the Feverfew. So this is by Botanical Interest. I do have a coupon code. If you are interested in buying these, you can get 5% off of Botanical Interest. And to me, Botanical Interest are the cream of the crop seeds. They are so nice. The packaging, it might be the pictures on it, I don't know, but I just love the Botanical Interest seeds. Feverfew, this looks like a little mini daisy. You see them in a lot of flower arrangements that you get from the florist, and I just fell in love with this flower when I got some flowers from my husband. And so I was like, I've got to figure out what this daisy looking little flower is, and it is Feverfew. So Feverfew is a perennial. It does come back every year. It does require full sun, and as you can see from my pictures, it does take up a little bit of space, but is absolutely worth growing in your garden. Next is, which by mistake I fell in love with it, this is the Mission Giant Marigold. The blooms are the size of my palm, which my palm is not huge, but for a flower, I mean, you're talking like big, like a mini sunflower size big. And they're so beautiful. This grows to be 2 to 3 feet tall. It does love full sun and is an easy flower to germinate. I absolutely love the marigold, the Mission Giant Marigold. I'm not a fan of marigolds. I don't love them so much until I planted this, and I was like, whoa, this is so beautiful. So I highly recommend getting, these are from Burpee, the Mission Giant Yellow. This is the only one that I've tried. I've not bought any other brands of the Mission Giant, so I can't tell you how the other seed companies' seeds do. I'm sure just fine. Next is Status. I bought this on a whim, and wow. This is a showstopper. This is the Cotton Candy blend, and again, it is a perennial. It's a tender perennial. Mine do not come back. I am in zone 7B8A, and by the way, my name is Kim. I am the Southern Daisy, and I love all things flowers, and here in Central North Carolina, zone 7B8A, I love to start anything from seed. This did not come back for me, but that's okay. Planting it year after year is okay with me. These you see a lot in arrangements as well. So this is the Cotton Candy blend Status. Next up is the moonflower. So I was sent these from So Right Seeds. Thank you so much. And I had always tried the Botanical Interest moonflower. So they do like to be soaked before you plant them. So if you do get the moonflower and you do want to plant them, either in indoor seed starting or in your containers for winter sowing, be sure you soak them for 24 to 48 hours. It does say it on the back of the directions of the Botanical Interest. And you can even direct sow these outside. I have never done that. A lot of people, when I posted this as one of my favorites, a lot of people said they are so invasive, they took over, they hated them. I am going to tell you from my experience, I have grown these for 4 years in a row and have never ever had one come back, and I've never had them spread. Not one single time. So I can't tell you what happens in other people's gardens, but I will tell you 4 years in a row, I've started these from seed. I have planted them into my garden and they have never spread. Okay, so do that at your own risk. But what is so cool about the moonflower is the blooms are a milky white and they get about this big, and they are visible at night. So if you wanted to have a night garden, they are show-stopping. The night animals like the moths love them. And so it's just cool to be able to look from my porch down to my garden and see the bright, it's like when the moon hits it, right? It's so beautiful. And so I wanted to recommend the moonflower for any of you that are interested. Even in the daytime blooms are pretty too. They do have big seeds that you can collect. So the seed looks like a popcorn kernel and it's super big. So no problems collecting those seeds. Next up, Anise hyssop. This has become probably my most favorite perennial that I started from seed. I do want to say this is invasive. It does come back. It does spread. The little tiny seeds everywhere there's flowers, there's seeds. And so birds get on it, butterflies, bees, knock it all over everywhere. And pretty soon you have sprouts of Anise hyssop all over everywhere. I will tell you that it's easy to pull up and transplant somewhere else if you don't want it. But wow, what a magical flower to have spread and grow. I absolutely love, this is obviously a perennial. It says full sun to part shade. Again, this is the botanical interest, and I cannot recommend this enough, but be warned, it does spread. It is invasive. I love it. I love it for that reason, because wow, where one plant was, now it's like 20 plants and you can pull up what you don't want. Okay, so it's got sort of like a licorice type smell. Licorice mint, so I guess that's why it smells like licorice. It really does. I don't love licorice, but love the Anise hyssop. Next, we are coming to a favorite of mine, bee balm lambada. I winter sowed this for the very first time. When I first winter sowed, this was one of my success stories. And when I planted it, I had absolutely no idea what I was planting. And I'm gonna show you videos of the magnificence of the bee balm lambada. Any bee balm, monarda, lambada, bergamot, wild bergamot, any of those you should try in your garden. If you love pollinators, if you love purple flowers, if you love to plant your flowers in mass, meaning in a big clump or cluster, these are magical. I wouldn't think this would be a standalone plant. I would plant them in a, like I did along a walkway in my garden, and wow. And they bloom non-stop. They just bloom and bloom and bloom. They are an annual, full sun to part shade. I could not find these again from botanical interest. I don't know what happened with those. I haven't been able to find them since. So I did get some So Right Seeds bergamot, and then I also found the monarda lambada, so bee balm lambada seeds from Redemption Seed. And okay, next up was something fun that I grew last year, and I truly didn't realize how cool this was going to be. I want to show you what came of it. This is from Baker Creek, dishcloth or loofah gourd. This is what you find at the store, like the loofah sponge. It's almost like a huge zucchini or cucumber when it grows, and they are a vine. They do take over. You do need to allow them a place to go, but you also want to give them space. Craziest experience ever. So this is a loofah. This is what came from one of my loofahs. There are so many seeds that come out of this. It is so much fun to grow, and then you peel them away and you have a loofah. You want to put these in full sun, give them plenty of room to do their thing, and you want to pick them after or right before your first frost, and then let them dry out inside. And as I said, they house tons and tons and tons of seeds, so you will never have to buy seeds after you buy your first one. Next up is Ageratum. So I have white, I have mixed, and then I have the red flint. I will tell you that they don't say they are a perennial. They are absolutely a perennial. And I had no idea how I don't want to say invasive, because to me that is a bad term, but these do spread, and they spread like crazy. The amazing thing is they make a carpet, and they bloom literally all summer long. They are magnificent. They are beautiful. The flowers, I cannot say enough good about these. So again, if you have a space where you can allow them to just sort of do their thing, and they're not going to bother anybody by spreading, they do come back year after year. So I highly recommend them. They say they are an annual. I'm telling you, I feel like it's because they have such easily spread seeds that the seeds drop in the soil, attract tons of pollinators. They are very beautiful to look at. They get about, I'd say a foot tall. And again, I have white, I can't find and the very last one that I wanted to show you, Coleus. Coleus is one of the most rewarding flowering. It has flowers, but the leaves are what you grow Coleus for. And a seed pack gives you this much variety. And I cannot say enough good things about the Coleus. I grew them. They are like pockets. You can put them in places and just get some instant impact. They draw your eye, that chartreuse color, the burgundy with the chartreuse around the edge, the purpley pink, hot pink to white. I mean, wow. Coleus, I would say, I started Coleus indoors in my seed trays, and they were so pretty even when they're germinating. I really highly recommend getting some Coleus, trying it. And then the cool thing is, when they're done outside, you can cut them and put them in a vase with water, and they'll grow roots, and you can keep your Coleus going indoors as an indoor plant too. So Coleus is kind of the gift that keeps on giving. So those are just a few of my favorite tried and true seeds that I use year after year, and I wanted to give you some to add to your list. Now, new ones that I'm trying this year, I wanted to give you as well. A lot of these I didn't pick out. So Right Seeds sent them to me, which was so sweet. So this year I'm going to try the carnation. These are the Shabbat mix. I don't know anything about them, so if you have anything you want to tell me about them, feel free. I would love to hear it. The calendula is one of my favorites to grow. This is the Apricot Beauty. Lemon mint. I know this is a mint and it is invasive, so I'm going to put it in a container, but it looks like the bee balm, so love the bloom. Yarrow is one of my favorite to grow, so I'm going to try the white yarrow. Violas, King Henry, Full Summer Breeze, Swiss Giant Blend, Viola Johnny, Valerian. I hear you grow valerian for a bad attitude. When I saw this, I remembered my sister talking about taking valerian root as a supplement for like a bad attitude. So I'm gonna grow this and then probably chew on the plant a little bit. All kidding aside, I am going to try it. Blue sage, this is a salvia. Oh, we all know, this is my favorite, the Tithonia. If you've never grown this, do yourself a favor. If you have about 5 feet wide space where something can get about 15 feet tall, this is your plant. I cannot say enough about it. I should be the spokesperson for this plant, like pumping it up on a daily basis, because I sure do. All right, next is lupine. This is the Russell. I do know there is a perennial version and there is a annual version, and I have no idea which one the Russell is, so I'll have to do some research on that one, but I'm gonna try that. I've got the Helen Mount Johnny Jump Up. I love violas. Hollyhock. This is the pink. I have had a lot of issue with rust, but you know what? I'm going to give it a try. Maybe we'll have some good luck. This one, I am so excited about this. So this is a potato. We're going to try seed potatoes. We're going to start seeds and grow potatoes. Let's see how this works out. You want to? Kale red borer. I just got this from Botanical Interest, and so I'm going to give it a try. This Liatris spicata, this is called Gay Feather, and never grown it before, but I am a sucker for purple. So Right Seeds sent those. The English daisy, the painted daisy, how gorgeous. Cosmos Radiance, because we all know I'm a sucker for Cosmos. Candy Stripe Cosmos. Daydream Cosmos. Got these at the Dollar Tree. Some petunias. I love petunias and am super excited to start these this year. These are portulaca, so moss rose. I love portulaca. They're sort of a succulent. And then the last is this Russell, this Russell lupin or lupine, Russell's hybrid mix. I also have that in the So Right seeds. So look how different the cover looks. So we'll have to see what happens with these. Okay, so those are all the seeds that I love and seeds that I'm trying this year. Put in the comments below what you are going to be growing this year. Let me know all the things. And I want to thank you so much for watching. I want to remind you that I do have an online gardening community that is free. I hope you will join. The link is below. It's just a great place for us to interact. I'm going to do some lives. I'm going to have a tier that is a little bit higher level where you can pay and we can do workshops and all the things, but it'll stay free. And then I also have a new podcast, In the Garden with Kim Aguilar, the Southern Daisy, on Apple Podcast or whatever platform you use. I went across all of them, and I hope you'll check that out, as well as keep coming back for more YouTube videos and all the things. And I hope you have a chance to get out, get your hands dirty. Let's get those seeds started and have the best day ever. Take care.